Hello and welcome to Wingin It. And we are back here once again with some more tournament gameplay. This is again from the Velvet Scoter Pick 5. So if you haven't seen the other games from this tournament, there is a special rule here. We have to pick 5, be it food or birds. Nothing in between. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting format. We're going second here in this game, so we're going to jump in. And we'll take a look at the start and we're going to find out, is it food or is it cards? What are we keeping 5 of here? And I think with common Chiffchaff, it's going to be a 5 bird start there for me. And certainly with that tray, that is not the tray that you want to keep 5 food for and go and pick something up from. So yeah, I think actually this could work quite well with the extra cards because when you've got Chiffchaff, every card is a point. So potentially a little bit slow, but if I'm going with the Egret and the Chiffchaff, which to me feels like the immediate choice I would go for, that's only 2 food, so I can easily get a couple of food, get these birds down, start drawing and start scoring points right away. And then yeah, if we can find something else cheap that's going to give us a bit of food, that is lovely. And what else is lovely? It's bird counter when you're going with a Chiffchaff. So yeah, I feel like that's a no-brainer. Go for the old cards, and actually my opponent had to go for food. I didn't even look at that. So are they going to go for the gannets? Most likely. Are they going to go for the flycatcher as well, and maybe give me some free worms? Because yeah, this bird feeder is not very supportive of something like a northern gannet. So they have gone for the flycatcher. This is excellent. This is really, really good news for us here in this situation, because they're going to be giving us some free worms. Now divers come up. Not only is that something that might be good for me, but I'm going to block that. I'm going to block that. I do not want my opponent, who has got no cards and no wetland birds, to be getting something like this black-throated diver. So gannet and skimmer, quite happy for them to go for either one of those birds, to be honest. But yeah, please give me worms, because Chiffchaff needs worms and Egret needs worms. And blue throat comes up. Do you know what? Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. There is no chance of me affording that blue throat, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, let's think about this. If they do play this flycatcher and give me some worms, I could in theory get that blue throat down with just a couple of food, but would I rather just leave it for them? So they did pick up the skimmer. I'm gonna take it. We're just gonna keep denying stuff. I'm gonna take it. Okay, sapsucker comes up. That might be something they go for in place of the old scissortail. But hopefully they still give me some food. The problem is as soon as I play this Chiffchaff, they're not gonna want to give me food at all. Whereas at least the good thing about this blue throat is that I'm in control. I'm the one playing it. I'm the one choosing whether or not to use it. And I'm the one choosing what food to gain from it. So if I do go with this, that is going to help potentially with getting down stuff like the Chiffchaff and the Egret. So yeah, that might have to be how we approach this game. But first 4 turns between the two of us, just picking stuff up from the tray. It's definitely interesting with this kind of format. So we'll see, is that going to continue? Are they going to take that sapsucker? Or are they going to play this scissortail? Like I said, I would kind of like them to pick up a worm. It's happening. They're going to play it. So I'm going to sort of prepare here for perhaps going for this blue throat. So we're going to take a seed. And I think I'm going to take a berry, because then if the flycatcher does give me the worm, I can play this blue throat and, like I say, potentially use that for getting these other birds down pretty easily. And yeah, there we go. Scissortail goes down. Oh, so yeah, decisions have to be made here, because There's two ways I could play this. I could just use the seeds, play the Chiffchaff, lay eggs. When that worm comes in, play the egret, and start drawing cards. And then obviously we'll be tucking some of these, depending on what we draw. I might do that. I might change my mind again here. The only thing is, the thing when you're running Chiffchaff is there's only so much food that you actually need. You don't need food forever. So something like a blue throat, it's only going to get so much usage. Whereas, yeah, I could probably live off their worms. I probably only need them to give me maybe 3, maybe 4 worms throughout this game, and I'll be able to play a good number of birds with that. So I'm gonna leave the blue throat. We're doing it. We're playing Chiffchaff. We're playing Chiffchaff, and I hope that doesn't put them off giving me worms. I feel like in this situation where it's their only food source as well, and we know they have got this this skimmer as well. Of course, they could just force that down, but again, where's your food coming from? I feel like they will use that to help themselves. So yeah, it is going to help me as well, and yeah, it's all going to be about what we find. I mean, blue throat is great. I would much rather have a nightingale. I'd much rather have a phoebe or a hummingbird, just because of that food cost. The 3 different food here is definitely off-putting. So there we go. They've forced skimmer down, but we're going to lay eggs on our Chiffchaff, and please give me worm. Like I say, I feel like they will have to at some point. That was the slight. There we go. They're not using it. The slight disadvantage there for me to play Chiffchaff when I did was that it did sort of reveal my hand a bit too early. I think they would have maybe more likely given out. Maybe I could have been smart. Maybe I could have been smarter and tried to play the egret first. But I did commit and take the seed. So okay, they're going to be drawing cards here, I think, pretty blatantly. So I think what I'm going to do is make sure that I've got eggs on this Chiffchaff to win this end of round, because there's no way they can get more than 2, and I'm going to need eggs down for filling up this wetlands, hopefully with some more birds to support this Chiffchaff. So it makes sense to lay them now when it's potentially going to win me an end of round goal versus laying them later when it probably is not going to help for an end of round goal. But yeah, it seems like they're just doing a bit of digging. We're just gonna go and take this worm. So this does 2 things. It lets me play this snowy egret. So when the next round comes around, we can start drawing, at least get 2 cards and 2 points, and maybe some caches as well. But also it means if they need a worm, they're gonna have to use their flycatcher. So kind of a 2 for 1 there. But yeah, hopefully we can start getting a bit of free food from their Chiffchaff. And sometimes in Chiffchaff engines, you run into these issues where you draw stuff that you want to keep, and then you have nothing to tuck. We're almost in this luxury position where we've had to keep all these extra cards, where actually if we draw good stuff, I can just tuck some of this that I'm probably not going to play, because there's a lot of expensive birds here, and I do not have the food access to really support any of those. So yeah, if I draw something good, like if I draw one of the eagles, excellent. I'll just tuck one of these instead, and everything's going to be okay. So seems like they might be drawing cards again, which I think is understandable. Do a little bit of digging here, although that might leave them with no eggs. And it has indeed. So cash on the skimmer. We're going to hopefully get some like that on this egret. So they're missing this end around. I think, yeah, not too bad. You only miss 1 point there. So we win that end around. We go into round 2. And hello. What a shoveler and a mockingbird. Okay, well, we're definitely drawing cards. And there's the Nightingale that I asked for. So we'll definitely take it. And yeah, we'll take this Mockingbird as well. Lovely with the cash. And I think probably these two. I've not got the Cavity Nest for a Golden Eye, so those two can be the ones to get tucked. And yeah, this definitely makes things interesting. This is where one worm, throw a worm at me, but I can get this down. And everything will be okay. And then yeah, for sure, something like this diver, getting that down with the 2 fish, ordinarily would have been quite challenging, but with Nightingale, not a problem. So there we go, worm, right on cue, comes through. Yeah, I think we just play this down here, and I'm almost at the point where I feel like my engine could be done, because if I do Mockingbird and Diver, I can just copy the Diver and get 5 points a turn, and just do that for the rest of the game. And that might be me sorted. But equally, if I find some nice tuck and draws to copy with this Mockingbird, that could definitely work out. So yeah, I'm always in two minds with this kind of setup. Do you put the wetland birds, or do you put the food gaining bird in the wetland and get points with the tucks whilst you're drawing, or do you put it in the grasslands, because you do have to lay eggs a couple of times in order to yeah, just get those eggs again, to be setting this up. So difficult decisions. I think I might draw once more. Nah, let's play it. We're going to play it in the wetlands. So yeah, I think that's going to be okay. And like I say, it's for me just about getting more down in this wetlands. Hopefully more tucking birds. Like if a barn swallow could come up right about now, that'd be great. And I can play that with the Nightingale food. But yeah, otherwise, might be Mockingbird. At the very least, copy the Snowy Egret. And then yeah, this diver's like the last resort, but again, some kind of tucking bird would be my preference. So Mississippi Kite going down. That's pretty good for a worm. Chuck some cards to get a bit more food. So we're going to go ahead and draw. And okay. I think we're going to take a berry, because they might give me a worm later. And then we can just tuck. I think we'll tuck those, because they're going to be too expensive for what I've got planned. And yeah. Look at getting this down, because then at least that's an extra card. It's an extra point each time. And yeah, maybe try and keep this diver for as long as I can, because like I say, worst case scenario, I copy that and it is at least getting me, it's an extra point. And I think a tucking bird would also only be an extra point each turn. But of course the tucking bird would hit the bird counter, which would be nice. But yeah, these end of rounds, I think we're going to lose all of them. But so be it. That's sort of what you sign up for when you go for a full tuck. So tree sparrow could be interesting, but I don't think it's the game for you. Let's take a worm. Egret's not going to do much, and yeah, I think we'll tuck these three now. And we'll see. I mean, this is still the point where free food would be useful. It will get to a point in this game, as it tends to happen with Chiffchaff games, where the free food either from their flycatcher or from my nightingale. It doesn't really have much of a use, so they found the sucking bird. That's a little bit annoying. But yeah, it gets to the point where there's very little point in giving out free food because your best action is probably just going to be drawing cards, and obviously every bird that you want to play that is going to cost that food, you have to skip a tuck. So we might be in this position here where actually we do want to play some stuff because 5 points is good. It's not amazing. There are going to be better options sometimes to play birds that are going to score more than 5. So that'd be something we assess as we get later on in this game, perhaps. But yeah, my opponent, they've not done too badly there. They found some wetland birds, so I think they're gonna just do a bit of digging and see where that takes them. We're gonna do similar here. Dunnock is actually a very interesting option here, because it hits this end around goal, so it's worth 2 more points. It's guaranteed to get 1 egg here, so it's already a 4-point bird. It's going to get more eggs later on, and it's potentially going to save me a turn laying eggs in order to get that final wetland bird down. So I might go for the Dunnock here. It's gonna mean I have to copy the nightingale and really throw food around, but I think that's worth it. So we are going to do that, and I'm going to skip on the last one. I'm going to keep the diver just for now, because again, could prove very, very valuable later on in this game if we're not finding that 5th wetland bird, because it's key at the moment. We're only getting 3 points. The diver, we can start copying that with the mockingbird. We get 5 cards and 5 tucks, so it's 2 points a turn. I don't want to be puffing about too long without playing that. I want to get that down when I can. But yeah, I think Dunnock with the teal power, getting that in just at the end of the round, I think that takes precedent for me. My opponent's definitely going to want to lay eggs. I mean, actually, this is going to help for that last end of round as well. I just realised that, and that is going to be huge because that's 4 points you miss out on if you don't qualify for that. So yeah, I think this Dunnock is definitely going to be worth playing here for many, many reasons. But I really do hope my opponent, if they could lay eggs once more this round, that'd be very nice, because if I can get those 2 eggs this round and really, really save myself that turn laying eggs. But we'll have to wait and see. All we can do is play it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And who knows? I mean, maybe this is going to get a tie. I do kind of expect they've got another forest bird to play here. I don't think they've been picking up stuff from the tray. But yeah, they can play and win this, and hey, if I only get those 2 points for coming second, I'm sort of okay with that. But there we go, Broadwind Hawk. So maybe we've got a falconer situation going on here. I do hope not. But Dunnock, yeah, you get yourself 1 egg, so not too shabby. We will take it. And we go here into round 3. More predator birds, another harrier there. So maybe one they look to go for. And that redback shrike, to be honest, as well. If they're giving out worms, this is a situation where it could be pretty good, because it's unlikely I'm going to be able to use those worms if I'm just tucking birds. If I'm just drawing in this wetlands, it's unlikely I'll be able to use those worms before they come around to stealing them. So we'll have to watch out for that. We will have to watch out. But maybe they're not going to go for it. Who knows? But yeah, we're gonna keep drawing. I think we'll draw once, and maybe draw twice, so I can copy the egret and not the nightingale. But to be honest, I'm going to be giving out the 2 fish to them anyway, so maybe I just copy the nightingale, lay eggs, and get this diver down. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they've got falconer here. They didn't pick up the shrike, so that is something at least. But yeah, they're jumping all over these rodent falconer birds. So definitely one of the 2, I feel. But yeah, they're going to have to lay eggs, so That's another Dunnock egg for us. And let's draw. We're going to find common grackle, which I think that's okay. Is that okay? Is that okay to Mockingbird? That's the only question. Got to do some sums here. So it's the same base points as Diver because bird counter gets 2 more. If I have the grackle down, it basically is going to function like a tuck and draw because it's tuck and lay, but I'm going to be discarding the egg to draw an extra card. The problem is that I'm going to be copying it. So I can't copy it every turn because the egg space is going to run out. Because I'll be gaining 2 eggs on it and only losing 1 every turn. So yeah, if I've played this, I'm gonna draw cards. I discard an egg. I'm drawing 4. Tuck and lay is 3 points, and 2 cards gone, and so I have 2 more cards left to use onto the Chiffchaff. So it's 6 points minus 6. It's still 5 points. It's still 5 points a turn. But there are going to be some turns where I can't copy this, and I'm going to have to copy the egret, and it's only going to be 4 turns because I do the tuck on the Chiffchaff instead of a tuck and an egg here. So I think Diver is still better here. So we are gonna go for the Diver because the Diver is guaranteed 5-point turns. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Snowy Egret is going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to be very happy if it can keep doing that all throughout the game. I'll reward you with a tuck. So yeah, I think our game is pretty straightforward here. We lay eggs, and actually I've just realised even just getting 1 egg here is fine because we'll lay eggs, and this gives us 1 on the egret. So yeah, it's not a completely wasted turn laying eggs. We are at least going to qualify for all these end of rounds. Which, yeah, like I said, in Chiffchaff, full tucks, you sort of account for the fact that you're going to miss those, so to still pick up a few points, that could be key here. But yeah, we can now, once this goes down, we can switch off the Nightingale. We're not going to need to use that anymore. And yeah, we just draw cards. It's going to be pretty boring. So apologies for that. But hopefully it's enough. I mean, it's going to be 5 points for 8 turns. So another 40 points. Plus, of course, some of those end of round points and some of these Dunnock eggs as well. So there we go, they're laying eggs, giving me a worm. Which, as I say, probably is not going to be super useful. But who knows? I mean, we're resetting the tray with this Diver pretty frequently. So that might find us some good stuff. And the Eagles would still be playable here. Definitely would still be playable if I find them. It's worth skipping tucks to play those, so we'll keep an eye out. But yeah, it feels like for my opponents, they're going to be getting this Grasslands built up. So they've got this Harrier they're going to be playing, and we'll see. I mean, maybe they've got some other good stuff. I still think that Redback Shrike would be really good for them in this position, because I'm basically going to have a worm pretty much every turn, thanks to this Flycatcher. But yeah, maybe they're not going to use that quite so much through the rest of this game. But we'll see. And yeah, I'm sort of hoping I do find an eagle, because I might be in a position where I have to start discarding Dunnock eggs. Because I'm going to get rid of it this time, but I've only got 4 egg spaces there. So if they lay eggs more than 4 times, they've already laid eggs once here, throughout the rest of this game, that is going to overflow on the Dunnock, and I'm going to miss out on points. Which I don't really want to do so. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but it might well do. Right, back to us. Our opponent has drawn. But they didn't take the Shrike. I think they took the double bird. So maybe they're going to go for that in the grasses. But we're going to go for our Black-throated diver. Yeah, the Wetlands is done, so what are we on now? 42. We are going to get another 40 points from if we just draw cards. That's 82. We'll get a 3 and a 4 on these end of rounds. So that's 89, plus a few Dunnock eggs, and plus a few egret caches. Maybe 100 is on the cards. Maybe we can push there, and maybe if we do find an eagle, that might push us over as well. So, yeah, that's the benchmark. That's what my opponent's got to match. Got to be said, they don't have much down now. Don't have much in the way of point scoring, but we know they've got this Harrier. And if they do have what could be a 6 or maybe more point Falconer / Ornithologist, but they're going with the Blackbird, so that's now where the point scoring is really going to come in, because they have got quite a lot of cards here. So that's a big upgrade in the Grasslands. Very lovely stuff. And it's time. Can't make it up. Time for us to draw cards, and we're going to find Benelli instantly. And we're going to find Hooded Warbler, which is actually not bad either when we have got potentially some more worms coming in. So, yeah, we'll take the Titmouse as well for a double play. We're going to skip you. And yeah, I think we can happily skip some tucks there. At the very least, they can go under Benelli later, but yeah, what are the chances? Get the Wetland set up, draw cards once, instantly find Benelli, so definitely do not mind that. But yeah, opponent here probably, I would say they might just legs and then play their Harrier. But they could easily have something else. And the other benefit of this diver actually is the trade's going to get completely wiped every time, and I can sort of get control over if a good bird comes up. I can quite happily block that from them, so that's a nice little added bonus to have there. But yeah, this Grasslands is looking a lot better now, it's got to be said. It's looking a lot better for my opponents, so they'll be able to, yeah, comfortably win these last 2 round goals, I think. They've now got 2 bowl nests. They've got all the platform nest space they could ever dream of. So they should be fine there. But who knows? I mean, we might find ourselves in a scenario in that last round where laying eggs might be worth it, especially if we've got this Hooded Warbler down. Maybe we play Benelli in the Grasslands. We lay eggs and chuck a food. If that takes us from losing to winning that end of round goal, that's a 6-point swing right there. So on top of the 3 for laying eggs, could well be worthwhile. But I'm definitely getting a little bit ahead of myself there. We got a long way to go still in this game. But you know what? Says Phoebe could be a play here. Already, that would be 9 points, and it would basically win at the end of round. And I'm probably going to get worms coming my way, so yeah, we were already going to draw cards. Hello, Housefinch. But we're definitely going to pick this one up now. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what we take here. It's all going to get tucked anyway. Let's block this, because I think they probably do have one of those bonus cards, and they might want to play that safe. I think we skip the free food for now, because we wait and see. They might give me some free food as this game goes on. Okay, which of these is the cuckoo? Is the cuckoo still an option? Probably not. I don't necessarily think they're gonna lay eggs enough. That's really hard to say. We know this says Phoebe is 9 points. At the very least, it could well be 10 if I play this Hooded Warbler as well. That means the cuckoo has to get at least 5 or 6 free eggs. By the time I play it, there's only really 5 or 6 turns to go, so I think probably not the time and place for the common cuckoo there. Partridge, always interesting to come up, but maybe too late here. But yeah, we've actually got some good stuff. We've got some good stuff to play. So it might be Titmouse probably isn't worth it, but it might be a Benelli. Play Benelli, play Says Phoebe. Those might be my 2 final round plays. And if push comes to shove, I mean, at this moment in time, they've only got 2 bowl nests down, so they would need to get to 4 before I have to start worrying about playing something like this. Another worm coming through is very nice. But yeah, we could maybe win the end of round just by playing Says Phoebe. We will keep an eye on that. For now, we're just going to keep drawing and keep picking up these lovely birds that we're never going to be able to play. Savvy's Warbler, would have loved to see you earlier. Where were you? But never mind. This egret's going to keep missing, but to be fair, it has only got 1 dice to work with, so I think here we're just going to tuck all 5 of those. So that might be the first time, actually, we tucked all 5, because we kept picking up good stuff. But here we go, Dunnock. Coming in with the 2 eggs. Lovely stuff. So yeah, we lose that end of round goal. But we're going to go here into the final round. And again, Goldfinch would have been nice for either player, perhaps earlier. We're just going to draw cards and just wipe that. I don't think we're going to be playing it at this late stage. And there's the other eagle. There is the other eagle. So yeah, we're going to have to do some thinking here. We are going to have to work out. So I think this is still playable. I think even if this was my second grass and bird, it's 10 points. -1 egg, so it's 9 points. But I have to skip 4 tucks because I need to keep the eagle and I need to keep 3 birds to play it. So it's -4. So it's only 5 points, which is, to be fair, the same as drawing cards. But my advice is when you have 2 plays that give you the same points, do the one that is cooler. And I think playing Eastern Imperial Eagle falls in that category. And I suppose, I mean, you could argue that maybe drawing cards on the off chance that the egret hits, so maybe that might be better. I mean, there is also style value in tucking Eastern Imperial Eagle under Benelli's Eagle, so we've got that to think about as well. But yeah, we actually... I think this titmouse, it's not worth it because it costs an egg and it costs a tuck, so it's a 0-point play, so that could definitely go. And yeah, I think on this next turn, I think this is where we chuck a Dunnock egg, because we're definitely going to get one back when we play this Says Phoebe. This is definitely getting played. There's no question in my mind that the Says Phoebe's getting played. So I can definitely chuck Dunnock eggs. And yeah, I'm going to need those cards for the eagle anyway, so not such a big deal. And I'm just holding off on the Nightingale. I'm trying to hold off on that for as long as possible, because if they give me a free Flycatcher Worm, that's the Says Phoebe ready to go, pretty much. So yeah, if I can avoid giving them a free food and let them give it to me, I suppose it's minor difference, because the food's going to be there anyway. It's unlikely they're going to be 1 worm short of doing something amazing, but you never know. You never do quite know in these situations. So yeah, I think my mind is pretty much set here. We're just going to draw cards twice, and we're going to play the eagle, the Benelli's eagle, that is, and we're going to play the Says Phoebe, because yeah, this hooded warbler, it's sort of worth it, but it's sort of not. It is a lot more food. It's again 6 points after the egg cost, but 5 points after the fact that you consider I have to skip a tuck in order to keep it, and running that wetlands is 5. So this will be worth playing if it does help at the end of a round. But yeah, it's very, very hard to tell if that is going to be the case. So We did get a free worm there. But yeah, I mean, they could very easily go ahead and get some more bowl nests down. So, okay. Well, we have to draw cards here. So let's go ahead and do that. See what we find. Okay. Nothing of interest, and the tray's going to get reset here again anyway. Sure. Okay. Do we take worm? I'm just going to feel really annoyed if playing this Hooded Warbler would have tied the end of round. That's going to annoy me a lot, or would have won it, I should say, instead of tying. That is going to annoy me. But it's so hard to know, because the problem is that if I want to play it, I'm gonna. This is my last turn drawing cards, so I'm only going to get up to 4 worms. I'd rely on them giving me another worm, which is unlikely. So I think we're just going to commit. Snowy Egret is going to reward us with a cash. And yeah, this is fine to tuck them all, because we're not going to play this. It's going to get tucked under here. So we have the Warbler, the Eagle, and the Tree Creeper. Those are the Benelli food, and then we've got the 3 worms. Those are the Sace Phoebe food. And yeah, this has been a weird Chiffchaff game where only the Chiffchaff itself has hit bird counter. So you don't often see that. Normally you see stuff like this gull. I mean, we saw quite a few of those birds quite naturally after filling the final slot. I think we saw House Finch. Obviously our opponents got the coop pretty early, but yeah, could have played the Grackle as well. But I think this diver has worked out better in more ways than one. So there are the cup nests. Too predictable. So maybe I should have kept good old Hooded Warbler worms. But yeah, like I say, I think that ship has sailed, unfortunately. But we are going to go ahead and draw cards one final time. We're going to get a very glitchy looking Goshawk. Let's just quit out. Make sure that no funny business is going on here. Do not want the game to crash here. There we go. There it is. Okay. Common Starling. You would have been nice earlier with some of this food spam. And of course, hitting the bonus card. But yeah, it doesn't matter what we take here. It's all going to get tucked. Snow Bunting as well. Where were you earlier? All these birds coming up now. You're too late. Snowy Egret. You're going to finish on 3. Just the 3 caches, so there we go. I think that was our last turn. Drawing cards, indeed it was. 2 turns left, so yeah, Benelli's 11 points, and then the Sace Phoebe, I believe it's 8 points on its own. So that's 19 from the last 2 plays, and then of course we've got some Dunnock eggs. And at the end of round to come through as well. But yeah, really hoping that was the last cup nest. If another one comes down, I don't know, I suppose that make a difference. Oh, no more worms. Yeah, so I think they might be done playing birds. Yeah, so we're going to tie. We're going to tie on this end of round, and we could have won if we played the Hooded Warbler. So a little bit annoying, but. What are you going to do? So they know I've got this. They don't know I've got this. So we're going to play this first and hide Benelli until the last turn, because that's how we do things around here. But yeah, I think I don't know. They might lay eggs 4 times this, so we might miss a Dunnock egg. I was trying to be careful there, but I think between the Sace Phoebe and just yeah, maybe this could have been 1 point better. I think there's at least 1 or 2 points here that I've not fully optimized. So this could make a difference. But it's puffin going down, so that's all their food and another cup nest. So yeah, this is now a situation where we're going to lose. We're going to lose the end of round goal instead of tying. We would have tied if we'd played Hooded Warbler, but so be it. It's too late for that now. East Imperial Eagle, you're going to get tucked under Benelli's Eagle. So yeah, at least we don't miss a Donner Egg now. So swings and roundabouts, but yeah, definitely some optimizations that have been missed in this final round. Hopefully not costly. I'm trying to work out here. Maybe, I mean, Puffin's always a good play, but you know, they did go for some more starness. So hopefully not a good bonus card here. But yeah, we're gonna wait and see. So they laid eggs. That gives us 3 on the Dunnock, which is pretty good, but sadly not enough to win or tie that last end of round goal. We go here into the scores. So yeah, I'm honestly not really sure who's winning this game. It is going to be on their bonus cards. Only 3. Okay, that is definitely good news. They do hold a lead there on end of round goals and a bit more from the eggs. We do have a few caches, but really, this is where the bulk of our points are going to come from, and it looks like it is going to be a win for us, and it is indeed 99 there to 88. So didn't have to sweat so much over those final round points, but. Yeah, pretty interesting game. Let's take a look. Okay, viticulture, so completely wrong about the Volcano Rheumatologist situation. And bird feeder, a bit of a shame, bit unfortunate to be picking that up from the Puffin, but to be honest, you're gonna need a big point bonus card to make a difference there. So yeah, good game. Kind of interesting starting with those 5 birds when you got Chiffchaff. I think it did work out. Like I say, a few little things here or there that I could have done differently. That definitely in those close games can come back to bite you, but not the case here, fortunately. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game, and yeah, if you want to see more content, not only from this tournament but from other tournament games as well, please do hit that subscribe button, and I will see you again in another gameplay video very, very soon.